Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Trip Around Multiverse with your host Kyle, Yagabuga, Charles, and CY. And this is a pre-recorded, well, later recorded intro because our last episode ran very long, so I split it to two. And this is part two of our John Wick discussion, where we talk about chapter 1, 2, and 3 just before John Wick 4 comes out. Don't know why I've done a long pause there. So I hope you all enjoy my last episode and enjoy this episode. And I will speak to you guys in the episode, which will be starting in a couple of seconds. Bye.
So these guys, they've been in the game way too long.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing they survived this long.
Yeah. And when Kevin Nash is in it, and he's like, "I ain't gonna fight John Wick. John Wick's gonna give me the night off." You know, he's like, he's about to at the club. John Wick's pointing a gun at him. He's like, "Francis, why don't you take the night off, right?" And then he's like, "Thank you, Mr. Wick." I'm like, "All right, well, you know, that says all you need to say, you know."
It's nice that everyone still has manners.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like, you know what, yeah, you're letting me live.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool, nice. I like as well the cop that has a cameo in number 1 and 2, where he's like, the people that went to assassinate John Wick in his own house.
Yeah.
And the cops like knocking on the door, like, yeah, got noise complaint. And then he looks over John Wick's shoulder and he sees a dead body on the ground. And he's like, "You working again, John?" And he's like, what does he say? Because he doesn't say yes. He goes like, "Oh, you know, just
like,
I've got the line."
He says something, and the cop's like, "Okay," and just
yeah,
carries on.
And then he calls for a dinner, quote unquote, a dinner reservation.
Yeah,
which is like a cleanup of all the bodies. I like that because
I like that.
Yeah,
well.
it's like he later on, the guy, the front desk manager also says this. May I recommend a dinner reservation?
Yeah.
After after he fight, he had a fight with Miss Perkins, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they had to clean up that area as well.
Yeah.
And then they had that black guy. I don't know his name. I forgot his name. Leroy, I think. Who she's crawling in the hallway.
Yeah.
John Wick's about to punch her in.
Oh yeah.
Which would look really suspect, right, if it weren't Keanu, by the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, Leroy steps out and he with his gun and he sees Keanu. He goes, "Oh, John. Yeah. So what's like?" Immediately he's like, "Oh, it's not some dude beating up the guy, or John Wick is not the guy antagonizing me." He's just like, "Oh, John, what's up? What's the trouble?" Like he immediately knows it's got to be the other person because it can't be John.
Yeah. Like, oh no. Hi, John. All right, I'll look after this lady for you, and then she.
Yeah. Catch and release is what they were calling it. But it's just like, it's good that they know people and they know people. But you don't have to explain how they know each other and stuff like that. But he came in, he did his scene, and then he just basically died. I was like, all right. And then he never got mentioned again.
No.
And John Wick's like, not even like, "Oh man, I got my dude killed." You know, probably at this point he still doesn't know that his dude got killed.
No. Yeah, to be fair, probably even to this in number 4, like someone mentioned, wait, what? He's not dead? He's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah. He's like, all it did was he let him go, yeah, and then that was that, yeah. I think does he even know that Willem Dafoe died?
I think he knows that one.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I could be wrong, but yeah. I think that's in death he does know, and then everyone else is like, oh. You'll find out next time.
I did as well. Like, so after he kills the sister, he had to go. He basically, and after they come in and him shot each other, not really though, because they hit their suits. He runs off into the tunnels where the way he got in, and he's hid guns in the walls.
Yeah.
So it's not like infinite bullets. Yeah. He runs out of bullets, picks up a gun or something, or he goes to a gun that he's already hidden in the darkness somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's actually really smart, you know. Yeah, it's stuff that he does that is believable, but not too unbelievable as well.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
I accept it, but if you watch all the films back to back, you'd be like, nah, man. I mean, he's taking painkillers and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
he's like, he must, dude. Be getting through all this. He must be between scenes, just shooting up to, stay alive.
exactly. I did like how when they chopped his finger off, when he had to chop his own finger off with a favor, and then they what's it called? They sealed the wound with the burning thing with jig.
Yeah, cauterized.
Yeah,
cauterized.
Yeah, I was like, okay, fair enough. I don't know if you remember watching Universal Soldier.
Yeah, it's been years, but yeah, I remember it.
Okay, so when Van Damme got shot and he used the cigarette lighter, which you don't have in cars nowadays, by the way.
Nope.
You press the cigarette lighter, and when it heated up and popped out, he used it to he put it in the bullet wound essentially.
Yeah.
So it stopped bleeding. Yeah. I don't know if John Wick did any of that while with his stab wounds or his slashes and stuff like that, but hey,
maybe.
I mean, he would have torn those stitches. I think at the beginning of number 3, where the keymaker's like, "Yo, you're gonna tear those stitches with it if you but you'll be alive and it'll hurt, but it'll hurt."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So yeah, but our boy doesn't seem to sell the stitches.
No, he doesn't.
Or any pain whatsoever.
He just fights. Maybe that's at the end of number 5. He's gonna sit down and goes, "Now I can rest," and then just go into like hibernation.
Yeah. Be like Thanos at the end of Infinity War, right?
That's what he's gonna do. Just because you can see the dog coming, like just before he kills the last person, it's gonna like go into like a weird flash forward thing, like a little dream sequence, and the dog's gonna walk up to me and goes, "Was it worth it?" And he goes,
"Yeah,
yes, it was." And then boom.
Not his wife, by the way. The little puppy from number 1. That run off.
That's gonna happen. And go, "Was it worth it?" Yes. And then boom. Done.
Yeah.
It ends. And he's gonna be sitting on a planet somewhere in his white robes like Thanos. Yeah, man. I've written the ending. I'm happy.
Well, if you know what though, but I think, not to say your ending's a cop out, but if they did the Batman Dark Knight Rises ending where he's just like, where it looks like he's died or something like that, and then then he is like elsewhere, just on the beach in wherever in the cafe, just raising his drinking. I'm like, but
no.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a happy ending, right? But it should be one of those where it's like you're unsure what happens next kind of ending.
Yeah.
I'd like to see at one point, right, where he it's gonna sound so sus, but when I say he takes off his top, what I mean is, right, you see all them bruises or whatever he has on his arms and stuff like that, just for consistency and continuity,
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you're gonna say underneath his suit he's wearing the enough. I don't say armory, but like the protectors and stuff.
Yeah.
Because some of those shots you wouldn't take unless logically you wouldn't take unless you got something protecting it.
Yeah.
But then again, obviously, what he's gonna wear, his clothes are kind of are weaved in a certain way to protect him. And you're gonna wear armor underneath that. Okay, maybe not, but we'll see.
Or what else? This was actually here's my ending of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like this is where number 4 and 5 completely go off the rails and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
by the way, wait. When you said 2 more, did you mean 2 more from number 4 or 2 more including number 4?
2 more including number 4, because I think there's maybe 5 of them.
Okay, all right.
Because I think 5 they filmed as well.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I didn't know if you meant number 4. Number 4 already, and then 5 and 6, 2 more.
Oh no, the 5, 4 and 5. Yeah, this is what I would do. Yeah, because the films are. I'm gonna make this so outlandish. Yeah. So in number 4, yeah, halfway through, like he talks about his wife or someone, and they go, "Oh, they kind of like they saw it." Goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Nothing." Yeah. And then he's like, "Wait, what does that mean?" So through the film, he's thinking, "Hey, where does that come from? Why was it someone say that?" Then you find out that she's not actually dead.
Oh my goodness! All
and
right.
See, this is like some weird CW like Smallville / Flash Arrow stuff where it just starts turning bonkers. So then you find out that she's still alive.
Yeah.
And then she's actually the head of the the high table or where it is, and then he goes to finally confront her, and then you find out that he actually has a twin brother who she's been with this whole time, and they orchestrate all this, even the whole Alfie Allen stealing his car and killing a dog. It's all orchestrated because of his brother, who was always there but wasn't there, like Fast and Furious 9. Yeah.
Wait, okay. Have you ever watched this show in the 90s, right, called Sunset Beach?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah.
That's what you sound like you're doing.
That's what I'm saying. This is Sunset Beach is the epitome, of like storytelling. It was so awesome in the wrong ways, and this franchise needs to go that way.
No. This franchise is too strict for that. But when you were saying about how she's the head of the high table, that reminded me of Fist of the North Star, because they had the. I don't know how. Did you watch the series of Fist of the North Star?
Bits
or
of
did
it.
you just watch the movie?
Bits of the series, because you are Shark. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yuria turned out to be. She wasn't dead.
Yeah.
Which mirrored your thing, right? And then she was actually one of the 4 Southern Cross leaders or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, you know, and then and then you remind me of when I see Sunset Beach. One of the main characters did have a twin brother.
Yep.
Who then teamed up with the girl who was stalking that guy.
Yeah. I remember.
In an attempt to. She wanted the main guy to love her, so she was using the stalker guy to the twin brother. Like what? Yeah, craziness.
Yeah, I remember that show, man. It was.
I want to watch that show again. By the way, I don't have that much time I can put into it, but it's just like that zaniness was just next level.
You know what? I might try and see if I can find like a supercut or something where it summarized the whole story in one. Because I remember the last episode was, I think, wasn't like, if I remember, the ending was like, it was all someone's dream telling it to something weird. I was like, huh.
Wait, okay, here, this is the ending I remember, right?
Because
then the main girl and the main guy get together in the end, okay?
Yeah.
Except that she wakes up, and it was all a dream.
Yeah, something like that.
And then she wakes up again because it actually did all happen. Like, all right, just throwing a swerve for no reason.
Yeah, I remember it, man.
Yeah.
Man. Kelly Huber's in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, she was in it. I was gonna say, if you remember that, she was in. There were people in that, by the way, and you're like, wow, okay, right.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. But back to
it's back to
John Wick. We got completely sidetracked.
Yeah.
What do you think of the films that kind of spawned off from this, where you got to start like Atomic Blonde?
Don't think I watched Atomic Blonde.
Oh yeah, I've seen it, but I didn't think of the same as John Wick. It had the same sort of fighting style, but then I want to say it was not as stylish as John Wick.
Yeah.
Have you seen this film Nobody?
Yeah, I've seen Nobody.
Okay, I actually have not seen that.
Is
it any good?
Yeah, it's good.
Because I think are they all done by the same people?
I believe so. Yeah, because I think this is written by the guy who played Terry Bogart in
Yeah,
that film.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, the film that we don't want to name, but you know.
Yeah.
And I, you know what? Until I just saw his picture just now, I was like, "Oh yeah, that is him. That is Terry Bogart."
Yeah, same. Like, oh, that is him. That's great. Yeah. I'll say Watch Nobody is good. I think there's a sequel coming.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting. But I do like the how this style of like
movie making.
It's more about the action, and the action's more intriguing to watch.
Yeah,
because it's like people look like they're taking hits, and people are selling it. Like, okay, when you watch something like Taken,
yeah,
or the Bourne films,
yeah,
where it's like cuts all over the place.
Yeah.
To to imitate action. Okay, as much as we like the Dark Knight series, we know the action there is not good.
No.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where even slicing that around doesn't. You know what though? I think what they tried in Dark Knight is to do long shots after all the. I don't want to say the how the fights were done in number one, where you couldn't really see what's going on, which I like by the way because it's Batman. It makes sense.
Yeah.
They tried to do more extended fights, but that doesn't. It didn't look good.
No.
Yeah. But when the people that are behind this, I mean, even like when you watching Batman just destroy all those thugs in Batman vs Superman, that style of fighting.
Yeah.
Even though John Wick's not gonna have all those gadgets, but just imagine, if John Wick had those tasers and stuff. You know what? If he had the tasers and all sorts of other weaponry, because he uses stuff like pencils. It'd be neat to see him use. Even got the axes and stuff like he was doing. It'd be intriguing to see how he would use certain items where you're like, all right, that's not what it's used for, but fair enough.
But he still figured out a way to murder someone with it.
Yeah. Like if you use a waffle iron to beat someone to death, he like fight someone in a kitchen in a hotel kitchen somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And then start beating up the person with all the kitchen weaponry. Hilarious stuff. I don't know where they're gonna go in the sense of how do you make the set pieces more bombastic, but it's got to be at certain levels where you don't go too over the top.
Yeah. They could if they want. In the last one, I would go over the top. Like, you know what? Let's go on a whimper and just go insane. That's what I would do. But I am. Explains why I'm not a millionaire. But I'm very interested to see where it goes. Very interested.
Yeah, I wonder like the people they could get in here to do stuff would be. I mean, would you reckon your boy Batista would have a go to be a hitman or something like that?
I don't know. I kind of think, and from his movie choice and stuff lately, I don't think he would. And I think because of the career path he wants to go down, I think it'd be kind of a service for him just to be like a throwaway hitman.
Fair enough.
As much as I would love to see him in a film, but I just think he's going for them Oscar roles, so it's kind of beneath him.
Would you like to see Common come back at some point, even though he was stabbed and left on the train? When he stabbed in the heart, not heart, the artery above his heart or something like
that. I'd like to see him come back.
Yeah. Because he wasn't dead.
Yeah, I always thought that. I was like, I don't think he died. Huh.
Yeah. So, I wonder. I wonder is all.
Yeah. We can only hope.
Yeah. But, any other people you'd like to see come back?
Not really, because they're all dead. Unless, because if they bring people back, we're like, okay, this is where it gets that weird.
Well, no, the characters that are alive is what I mean.
Nah, not really. Can't think. Except for the obvious ones that are coming back, like.
Probably except for the people that actually see. Either I know it's one of those things. I'm going to say the obvious, but you're either dead or alive, right?
Yeah.
And all the people that are dead are mainly assassins and stuff like that. You can't really. Once you're dead, you can't really come back from those deaths most of the time, right? Unless unless it's someone where you got star power like Common, where you're like, maybe he can come back. I mean, Ruby Rose was left finished, even though you didn't see her dead. She was basically dead.
Yeah.
And I like that they gave her oomph, as a character. I'm looking at her build, which is really kind of slender, but you're like, because the Adrian Palecki who plays Perkins is like has more meat on her.
Yeah,
that's the best way to comment. I'm not calling her fat. I'm just saying like, Ruby Rose is a very slender girl.
Yeah.
Even though I accepted, by the way, that she was having that mirror fight with John Wick.
Yeah, I can accept that.
Because he's been fighting all sorts of everybody, but also I was like as well is how they they had to fight in the mirrors. So when they had to swap out the stunt people, it had to be very smartly done.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit like when the fight in Into the Dragon, where they're doing the mirrors. Not the same way, but they had to make sure the camera wasn't in the frame.
In the shot. Yeah.
Whereas here, they probably did I don't know if you could say they did the one-way mirrors and it will work here, but yeah. I don't know the trickery behind it.
Yeah.
Would you like to see Halle Berry come back?
Yeah, her character. I'd like to see her come back.
Especially after after they murdered the people that tried to murder her dog.
Yeah.
And John Wick, she's got that bottle of water that John Wick's like, I'd like some of that, please. And she's like, yeah. She swigs it all.
And falls out.
Yeah, swigs it all, swirls in her mouth, spits it back in the bottle. The bits that she didn't swallow, said, here you go, John. And I was like, yeah, you didn't. I mean, first of all, some people out there will probably pay for that.
Yeah,
Halle Berry
yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, if I was dying, I'm like, you know what, I'll have to drink this.
No, but that's different because you're in a situation where you're thinking practically, right?
But some people would pay for that in a weird way. You're like, that's not creepy at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Each to their own, but I
mean, I ain't shaming people. I'm just saying.
It's not my thing.
Jesus. So I mean, like, I don't want to say necessarily she's at loose end, but it would be cool to see her come. Do you later on in the series come back? I mean, you're saying that they're just gonna. You think there's only one more film after number 4, right?
Oh, that's according to everywhere I've seen. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, before they do the finale, maybe they'll just get certain people back for the last one. Yeah. Where he's probably gonna get them all to help him murder the High Table or whatever.
Calling favors.
Yeah, it turns out, like you said, to be his wife.
Yeah, man, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. My High Table coming across like the Court of Owls, right?
Yeah.
Because they never existed.
No, until now.
In the first movie.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the first movie was set in the scene-ish, so you didn't really and they did their world building.
Yeah.
But I like it where as well there's some other randoms like the ballerino, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, surely there's probably something, but hey, I accept it. And then the dude that John Wick got his finger cut, John Wick cut his finger off for number 3. Yeah, him as well. So it's just like, okay.
Yeah, it could happen.
And then you got the adjudicator lady.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where there's a lot of stuff going on, but you never get lost in it. It's just like, okay, there's new sets of rules. Not that they're randomly introduced out of nowhere, but there is a rule set for the Continental because you can't kill on the ground. So there's got to be some people backing somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But who knew New York had so much assassins, you know?
No. It's a dirty place. Also, just a random trivia fact. Did you know that the guy who played Penguin in Gotham's in one of the John Wick?
Yeah. He's got all his tattoos in this, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the Rhea Ripley look.
Yeah. Well, there's real tattoos though.
I don't know, but I'm just saying he pasted his face up and I think he dyed his hair extra black. But yeah, I saw that guy and I was like, oh yeah, it's him.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah. And this is a franchise where you're like, all right, the assassin, he's getting hurt and everything like that. But I actually feel sorry for the people going after him because he's okay. So when your boy Vin Diesel does a film, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm invincible, Vin Diesel. I just wade through all these people. John Wick's wading through all these people, but I'm like, man, this boy's getting hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't know if obviously he's got another film in the making, so surely he's going to make it. Yeah, but it's just like, how is he going to do it?
Yeah.
Not that he's going to do it. It's just like, how much damage can he take because he's hurting?
Yeah.
And the reasons for doing stuff just escalate because people just don't leave him alone.
No, he just keeps going.
Yeah.
And going.
It's like, why are you antagonizing the guy? Just
leave him be at this point.
Like, if we were the mob leader number one, we'd have resolved the film right away.
Yeah,
you know,
just get my son away. I'm like, yeah, dude, you little crap.
kick him out of the car. That's it, John. You do what you need to do. I can have another son, and we can all live.
Yeah, I'm still young enough to have children. You know.
Yeah. Oh, your car. Oh no, I'll make sure you get it fixed. And I mean, I can't do nothing about your dog, but
yeah,
you know, I can buy you a dog pound or whatever. You know, whatever you want, John. Whatever you want.
What you want. You know, just take my stupid son.
You know what? I tell you what. I give you my entire criminal empire.
Yep.
Just leave me alone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was saying before, the way they just sell from their words. How much they fear John Wick. Because yes, we see him like an action hero just mowing down people, but they set the scene with it.
Yeah.
And even if he wasn't even if he was like they were doing off-screen action for it, because the budget constraints and stuff I could still buy from just their facial expressions, just their body language and stuff like that. These people just don't want John Wick on them whatsoever.
Yeah, they just don't want that smoke, as kids say. Yeah, just
except for Alfie Allen, who's too dumb to realize what he got himself into.
The worst.
Do you find it funny how these guys were they got shunted off to some warehouse somewhere that like, oh no, so John Wick he's like, well, the guy's still trying to party and stuff like that, because he's like, we're gonna lure him to the nightclub and then we will kill him, right? Wrong.
No.
Yeah. And then he's like, all right, you go to a warehouse somewhere. And they're playing video games like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Or whatever they're playing.
I think it was Gears. It might be Call of Duty Gears 1 too, yeah.
Yeah. They hear it because I'm laughing because they got gunshots in the game. And then there's gunshots going on around them, but they still assume it's part of from the game.
Yeah, like, are you that dense?
Yeah. Wow, surround sound really good here, you know?
Yeah, like, that's not surround sounds, that is real bullets. You idiots. Oh, yeah. They deserve to die. Must sound bad, right? Yeah, they deserve to die.
Yeah. They, like you said, they deserve to die, and they set us off a good, excellent movie franchise.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's. I wouldn't say it's necessarily style over substance, but it's very stylish.
Yeah. It's beautiful to look at, if I'm honest.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things right with this franchise, and all the minor stuff that we joke about some stuff, but it's just like all the faults or any faults, you're like, no, it's so cool and awesome. It bypasses all of that.
Yeah, you're like, that's all right.
Yeah, I think
I can easily overlook that.
Yeah, I think like I was saying before, Keanu's acting really works in this because he just like people. Okay. What do you think of Keanu's acting in general?
I personally like his acting. Sometimes, like for most of the roles he plays, I think it kind of fits.
Yeah,
like,
I want to say he's the best actor in the world.
No,
some roles seem to, like this one, just tailor to him perfectly because you kind of see him as the character ish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's a bit like when you see Chris Evans, you're like, yeah, that's Captain America right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he executes the character of John Wick. Like, you get his wife died and stuff like that, and you kind of get from all his how he deals with it. Like, there's something behind it. It's not like in those other films, or like our boy Kyle Rayner when his girlfriend got killed and stuffed in the fridge.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm gonna be out for revenge and kill Major Force with my Green Lantern ring, even though I can't. Right?
Yeah.
Or one of the many films that Van Damme's in where someone gets killed and he's out for revenge all the time.
Yeah.
I kind of like. Keanu's not an action hero, so you don't expect him to, even though he can do action stuff. Hey, you don't expect him just to destroy everybody.
No.
On the way. So that's why I think it's more acceptable and believable, because for Keanu to be, all right, I'm gonna go and kill all these people,
Yeah.
and you're on my side while I do it.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can agree with me, yeah, sort of thing.
Yeah, as it, it gets the audience sympathy. He knows how to. He knows how to play to the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's one of those other things as well where the people that are on the opposition are like. So you get the idea of why John Wick does what he does, right? And he doesn't even really want to, but he's kind of forced. He's put in this situation where he's all around all these fake shady people. Even though they didn't like, if they did a prequel,
Yeah.
they couldn't. I don't think they could play him the same way because he'd have to be. What you how can you like a guy who's just murdering people? You know?
Yeah, they got to give him some more substance to him or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, like, give him, like, he's got to be more edgy and stuff. Like, he's got to be a dick. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like you ever watched Dexter?
I watched a
TV
bit of the
series.
first season and I just gave up after that.
Yeah. And yeah, so he's a murderer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a serial killer, and yet we're on his side because the people that he's killing are worse than him.
Yeah.
But how do you make a serial killer sympathetic? You know, and he's not really sympathetic
Yeah.
to that degree. He's just like, I'm a heel, but they're worse heels. Therefore, you kind of side with me. A bit like I don't say a bit like kind of like how they do the Punisher, but not really. Depends on which Punisher you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's like, Keanu just want to be left alone, but
Yeah.
but people just keep on coming after him. So he's like, yeah, all right, well, there's only one way this is gonna end, and it ain't with you people alive.
Yeah.
So that's yeah, and I think it's good. It's kind of like, yeah. So if it's a slasher film, he's the slasher killer. And all the way we're saying, yes, you go do your job.
Well, if they did a prequel, they got to like sort of pick up from when he meets his wife and he's like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. They got to start from that sort of part, like him redeeming himself and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think they probably could pull off something with him starting off being cold-hearted.
Yeah.
And then changing through the film.
Yeah.
But I'm But at this point, do you reckon they're going to do a prequel, or you just think they're just going to continue the stories as is? Because
just continue the story as it is.
I mean, as immortal as Keanu is, he ain't going to be looking like he ain't going to be looking that young.
No.
Too soon.
Yeah, I just say do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, all good stuff. All good stuff. Yeah. Though, yeah. If you was getting how much million were they saying to? Okay, so logically, Perkins. So the mob boss in number one was like, oh yeah, 2 million to kill John Wick, right? And then Perkins is like, yeah, I'm gonna kill John Wick in the Continental, and they're like, yeah, we'll double the bounty for you. Yeah. So that's 4 million, right? But now, how much is to kill John Wick is like 14 million, 20 million, some craziness.
Something like that.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute. If he's worth that much, 2 million? It's like was if you could bargain for more, especially since you could die.
Yeah.
Do you think these assassins are just like poor barterers?
Nah, yeah, I think they just do it for the rush as well. They're like, yeah, the rush of maybe killing John Wick, forgetting that if they don't kill him, he kills them. But okay, sure.
Well, you know what? Some of these, or what's it called? Some of these adrenaline junkies out there,
Yeah.
Hey, they are what they are, right?
Yeah.
It's just, to me, some people are like, ooh, I nearly got killed. Oh yeah.
I love it.
I love the feeling of being alive.
It could be.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, like, yeah. Hey, look. There are all sorts of crazy people out there to do things, so you never know. Maybe they are just people out there who don't be assassins to be assassins. They're like, oh yeah, I like. I mean, I'm sure some people out there just like to kill and become an assassin because they like to kill. So yeah. Do you think, like, do you think they'll add? Do you think they'll have other characters who are less to be hated? Like Common. You don't really hate him, and Mark Dacascos' character, you don't really hate him. You know what? They didn't even give Mark Dacascos' minions. They didn't even give backstory to. They're just like, yeah, his minions, and that's that.
Yeah.
They didn't. But would you like to see more characters that have stuff to them? Not necessarily gimmicks or anything, but just like, oh yeah, different ways they view John Wick, or different perspectives on them. You know, like not just, oh yeah, I'm an assassin, you're an assassin, let's go and kill each other. Though the nameless ones, if they're just there to be stunt, you know, take the hit.
There to be body bags, they're body bags.
Yeah.
That's what I think is, yeah.
Yeah. So you do you want more people there that have a bit more to them? So some people, yeah. Like, I think there's got to be a balance. Like, you can't have too much about this or too much of that, right? But just enough where some people have something to them.
Yeah.
So when John Wick kills them, they, you know, but like you're saying, there's got to be some people like for his montage scene or just random assassins that pop out of nowhere, and he just kills them because, you know, hey, it's the action scene that we need, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm alright with just them being cannon fodder, you know.
Yeah. Do you think John Wick, like your boy Dominic Toretto, is superhuman because the amount of damage he takes, right?
Yeah.
And the amount of people he's fighting but never slows down.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Or are you going to say it's stereotypical for the action films that this sort of thing happens?
Yeah, stereotypical action films, you know, because they don't abide by human laws, so you know.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, isn't it? Because you're like, I accept, like, John Wick's a human, right?
Yeah,
but
he's the boogeyman, so he might be different.
Yeah, exactly. He might be superhuman, might be a super soldier or something like that. But yeah, it's like I'm sure you like. I didn't notice this until like you know when you watch an action film,
yeah,
and you're like in Game of Death or something like that, where they're fighting people on each floor, whatever it is. They don't run out of stamina. Yeah, like in Jet Li films where he just beats up everyone on the way over to beat. You know, I think. Do you remember Kiss of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Where he beats up the entire police force, and then he goes up to fight the parkour guy from District 13, and his giant brother, and he's still fighting at full pelt. I'm like, okay, not to pick on Jet Li for just like, but it's a staple of these action films.
That's what
even like when you watch the Jackie Chan films and all the craziness he does, and then he's still got to fight the final boss, and you're like, whoa. I mean, fair enough, right? Some people just got a direct fight, right? But you're doing acrobatics, and then you fight the final boss as well, and none of you get tired. All right,
you know, man, they're running on limited tanks, unlimited tanks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, not limited.
Not like whether at least they acknowledge that they have to reload with bullets, because that's something nowadays they do in film. Where you're like, okay, fair enough. Not like in games, by the way, where when you've got like two bullets still left in your chamber, when you reload the gun, it's full clip, and your two bullets somehow magically merge into that clip.
Yeah, some games have kind of changed that though. They'll like say you got two clips, and then the next round they sort of like do the numbers to make it make sense. But yeah. That's only because people moan. But yeah,
there's a John Wick comic, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh. John Wick Hex. I don't know. Obviously, it's not. It doesn't star Scarlet Witch, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's not about mystic magic or anything like that. But there is I don't know if there's a. What's it called?
What?
I don't know if it's a side sequel or a. What's it called?
Continuation.
You know, intercourse story and stuff like that. Yeah. Or it could be a prequel. You know. But yeah, there's that. Would you like to see a John Wick video game?
There is one.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I think that's called Hex as well.
Wait, John Wick video game for real?
Yeah. It's like some weird. It's a turn-based game. It looks quite good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't realize that, but when it's like a first person or third person shooter, that style.
it's third person.
All right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
game. Yeah, the game's John Wick Hex.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty. Yeah, I'll keep meaning to like get it at some point, but I just keep forgetting.
Okay, interesting. Oh, it's like one of them VR shooting games.
No,
No?
it's like. Have you ever played? What's the game? Like XCOM or something like that.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so basically it's a turn-based grid game. So like you're John Wick, and then you come into like a room, whatever, and it's like got grids and stuff, and you got say 4 moves.
Yeah.
You got to pick your move, and say it's like a person here, then you got to pick what you do. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's pretty good.
You know what? I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot because I actually have played the John Wick VR shooting game,
Oh, okay.
and I forgot about it.
Didn't even know that was a thing. Oh,
Yeah, it's a John Wick VR shooting game. Obviously, I think I don't want to say obviously you play as John Wick, right? But, yeah, you had to shoot down a helicopter as well at some point and stuff like that. But you're just shooting down like assassins and whatnot coming after you. Yeah. What do you think of the idea? Have you heard of the idea of they were going to do a film called The Ballerina, which is like a spin-off from the Ballerina. What's it called? You know, one of the ballerina ladies in the high table. Yeah. So I don't know if in the beginning of number 3, where you go to the ballerina stuff in the Russians, that was just like to create their spin-off.
Yeah.
Or deliberately, or they just happen to do it, and they're like, you know what, we can probably do something from that. Would you be interested to see something like that?
Yeah. Until they milk the franchise, I'll be happy with that.
What about the Continental? Because they was like, oh, we're gonna do a series about the hotel and the what's it called, and the assassins or something like that. I don't know how they were gonna work it out, because I'm like, hold on a second though. Are you gonna follow the other assassins, or are you just gonna be here's the Continental, and then you're gonna weave a story about the people that come in and out of it?
I guess so. It's like probably like them weird anthology sort of things, which might be pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, like, if they were to do that, by the way, you could have each series just follow a different person, or like not necessarily each episode, but you could call it the Continental, whatever, and then you can just do like, you get a big star that does 3 episodes and another 2, and then you just like put the series together, and you have the guy from Lance Reddick, that's his name.
Yeah.
Our dude from Fringe, the floor manager. He could be like, you know, and Ian McShane. There could be the guys that link the stories together, but they, you know, everyone just crisscrosses in and out of it. Yeah, I mean, like they got stuff they can do.
Yeah,
and they think that they are going to do, or they say they're going to do. But whether they actually do it, I mean, hey.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be us for this. Yeah. Or would you say it, by the way? No, but they wouldn't. I was going to say, do you reckon at some point Keanu's going to be like, when he's finished with the franchise, do you think they're going to create tag the movie along to someone else?
Nah.
No, because it wouldn't be called John Wick, right?
No, it wouldn't be.
Unless you do a prequel and then they tag it on to someone else, because logically Keanu can't be in it because he'd be too old at that point, and someone would have to play young Keanu. But how can you imitate Keanu?
You can't.
Yeah. Unless you do the thing where Will Smith did it, where he had the young version of himself in Gemini Man.
Yeah, but look how that went. Even that film's not bad, but
I haven't seen it. By
it's
the
not
way.
bad.
Or Keanu could just shave his beard and then instantly you look younger.
No, like I reckon either you do old one, or you find out that he has a child and then you do the child. You know, something.
Or John Wick Jr.
Yeah, something like that. Like James
random. That just reminds me. Did you ever watch the cartoon James Bond Jr.?
Yes, I did. I had the video game as well.
Right, so one of the lyrics of the intro song was he learned the game from his Uncle James. It's like, yeah, but James Bond didn't have. Okay, how did James Bond Jr. when he's not named after his dad? Yeah. Secondly, in the James Bond franchise, he was an only child. It seemed. So
Yeah.
how's that
Also
work?
Orphan, but yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so unless you're gonna be like John Wick Jr. and have someone not even related to him, but like I mean, not direct. So if he does turn out to have a twin brother, I'd be like, I'd raise my fist at you and go, "Curses! How did you know?"
Because I secretly wrote the film, but
And then what? Keanu has to fight Keanu, a mirror match,
yeah, unless
and then they do that typical thing where it's like when you got two Keanu's fighting each other, where they got the two similar identical people fighting each other, and they're like, "Who are you gonna shoot?"
yeah,
You gotta shoot us both, and then they shoot the opposite person.
yeah,
Because they only apparently, even though I say played out now. Oh, you remember? Obviously, you've seen Terminator Genesis,
yeah.
and then when when Carl Reese and the T-1000, who looks like Carl Reese, are saying you gotta shoot us both. She just randomly shoots someone because she's like, Sarah Connor clearly watches a lot of movies because she's like onto the trope.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I've seen this a million times before in everything.
Yeah, a bit like as well, which was cool that your boy Wolverine did in the first X-Men movie.
Yeah.
When Mystique looks at Wolverine and Cyclops started to blast one of them, even though he wouldn't be killing them, right? One of the Wolverines, even though we don't know exactly which one, just decides to slice the door.
Yeah.
The chain holding the door so the door closes. I'm like, all right, well, okay, fair enough. That makes sense because you both survived, whichever one you were. Not that one of you were gonna die anyway, but would it be more dangerous if you're fighting Wolverine? I'd probably rather take the shot from Cyclops because he'd knock me out, right?
Knock me out.
Wolverine's gonna murder me with his claws.
He's gonna stab me repeatedly. I'd rather not take the stabs repeatedly in my chest. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever body part you're gonna get hit by.
Yeah. Not to fall.
But even though we've
sidetracked
just
again. Yeah.
Yeah. So John Wick, looking forward to John Wick 4. I wonder how Donnie Yen is going to be in that. Will he get a skirmish or will he get a fight with Keanu, depending, right?
We will see.
Will see. I wonder if he'll split his action genes as well, unless I mean, Donnie Yen known for his high kicking and stuff like that. So hey, we'll see. And his jump back kicks.
Yeah.
I also wonder how Scott Adkins is going to be in it because, that man can do stuff.
Yeah.
So,
We'll see.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, and I also wonder exactly how they're going to is he going to go after the high table there, or is he going to go after the Continental first and then go to the high table? Or, whether was Ian McShane in it all along? They've got a lot they can weave together because like the Lawrence Fishburne, the Bowery King, right? I was going to call him the Rat King but he also had pigeons. So
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Are they going to be? Oh, by the way, even though I already said we were trying to sign off a while ago, I was like, when all the homeless people and stuff like that, they're all interconnected.
Yeah.
Because when he was getting chased by the assassins. And then he just flipped the homeless person, looking like he's insane as well, nuts or druggy or whatever, right? And Keanu's like, I'm gonna cash in the coin, and the guy's like, all of a sudden, I've got sense in my head and stuff like, I'll cover you up, and and then I'll wheel you off to the Bowery King. All right,
yeah, made sense.
And we accept this happens in this world, all sorts of whatever. And all sorts of connections. Oh, these coins can do all sorts. Whatever you put your blood on the thumb, or you got markers and the cash in. People just like, okay, that's that.
Yeah, because all part of the interconnected assassination hidden world thing,
which I do like as well. Like we said before, they don't need to explain it. They make it acceptable to a crowd that we just buy it and along for the ride. No, not too many questions.
No.
Because there are answers, we just not privy to it because we're not part of that world. No. Okay, fair enough.
Makes sense. I'll buy it.
Yeah. Okay, so legit signing off, yeah? Unless you're gonna sidetrack from something else.
No, legit. Yeah. Yes. I have been the king of the Bowery. I was gonna say the Rat King, but I just forgot.
Yeah. The Rat King from Ninja Turtles.
Yep, the Rat King. Oh, he's the worst. and you are?
First of all, actually, can you explain to me? Because I know I'm sidetracking once more, but as you just mentioned, the Rat King. What I mean, I don't think I've seen many episodes with the Rat King. I don't think I've seen. I think maybe seen one, but I can't remember. Why is he the worst?
Because he's a blatant rip-off of, like, obviously the Pied Piper and stuff.
Yeah.
He's a Rat King. But he just... His motives never made any sense in the cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, these turtles, you live in my sewers, so I have beef with you. And okay.
And then he's got Pied Piper rat abilities that control them. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I never.
literally...
You're saying he's not a really bad... He's just badly developed character.
Yeah, in the cartoon, just a very badly developed character.
Not that he's done bad stuff. It's like that's what I expect.
No.
So you're a bit like Brody, where he's just like, Kakarot cried and then...
Yeah. Like, in the comics and stuff, he's more like flushed out, obviously. But in the cartoon, it's just... You're a comic relief bad guy for a while, and then we won't use you for X amount of seasons, sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm the mute assassin who is androgynous, kind of, because they define whether... I've got the name of a male god of war, but I've got a feminine look with a boyish short haircut.
Yeah, to distract you.
Yeah. That fights John Wick in a Horde of Mirrors, so I can swap in my stunt people. See my Chung?
And... like, share, subscribe, tell everyone about this podcast. Don't forget to give us a like. Also, let us know what your favorite John Wick movie is, and what do you think? How do you think this series is going to end? Do you think it's going to end like I believe that his twin brother is the head of the high table, and
or is he just going to wake up from a dream and none of it ever happens?
Wake up from a coma. No. What would be even better is. His puppy wakes up and it was all a dream of the puppy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like you're saying, the bit where the Alfie Allen's crew knocked him out, right?
Yeah. That's
where this film actually still is, because he's having his concussion dream.
Yeah. And he wakes up on a ventilator. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, imagine that. Oh my goodness. If that did happen, people like...
Don't be so angry. Oh,
yeah.
Be the best. Yeah, and you can do that by leaving us a comment, or a comment if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can leave us a tweet, an Instagram message, all that lovely jubby stuff, and you can find our social media handles in the description part. Until next time, guys, thank you for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.